Hey, and welcome to Three Dudes and a Lady. Join us for a little motivation, a little inspiration, and perhaps a way to cope with your day. I am Mike Jones from Virginia. My gratitude this morning is for uh, fond memories.
Hey, good morning, folks. My name is Earl, hailing out of the beautiful state of North Carolina. And my gratitude for this morning is we actually got a little bit of rain yesterday, early Sunday morning, late Saturday night. It was enough to wet the grass down, but show that nature's beauty after it rains.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Jay Anderson from the wonderful state of West Virginia. My gratitude is gratitude.
Hey guys, I'm Christine Wright, hailing out of the great state of Florida. My gratitude is that I have a pool and I can hang out in the pool on Sundays. So grateful for that. Today, Jay Shetty talked about self-affirmations, and how, especially now in today's world, we can find positive affirmations anywhere. They are on coffee mugs, on Instagram, on everywhere, right? But he talked about, do they actually work for us? And as long as they're done right, yes. When used correctly, they can help you be more accepting and compassionate to ourselves, right? They can boost our confidence and mood and even combat stress. Affirmations become effective when they actually align with our true authentic beliefs. Like if we haven't worked out in the gym for years and we tell ourselves that we're a machine, it's probably not going to work as well as if we tell ourselves, I am about to accomplish this yoga class, right? Or something along those lines. It has to feel like it's like a real transformation, not catchy quotes, right? And then he talked about how negative feedback and how to use positive affirmations during that time, right? Because a lot of times with negative feedback, sometimes we feel like we're not good enough, right? But positive self-talk can help you feel less threatened and more open to the feedback, right? We need to remind ourselves how great we are in a different area of our life during that time. And this will restore our sense of self-worth instead of letting the negative feedback run us, right? Affirmations alone will not help us. The actions are, right? We need to reduce the negative feelings, but we need to take action in those affirmations. This is a big one for me, guys. I love affirmations. I write them for my kids. They're on, if you go into any mirror in our bathroom besides one, we have affirmations written somewhere. There's affirmations on our doors, like affirmations everywhere in my house, right? It's just, and I even have them up above my screen, right? So I am a huge believer in affirmations. I just think it helps us be stronger in certain areas of our life. Now, I'm not saying that we should have affirmations that are written that are not going to come true, right? That I think that's what Jay was trying to get, the outlandish things, right? What do you guys think? I know we've talked about affirmations a lot in this group.
Oh, the silence kills me once
Yes.
again. I'll jump in. I love this. I love affirmations. Christine, you are very big on affirmations. We've had as a platform, particularly in the early start of us getting together, affirmations was something that we actually did every morning instead of gratitude. Then
Oh,
we
yeah.
just kind of had to pare things down as we started getting into what we're doing now. But the thing you have to be careful with, I think, with affirmations are the statement wishful thinking. And that's exactly what you alluded to is Jay is saying, look, the affirmations need to be your true personality, that type of affirmations, who you are. Uh, I think sometimes people misuse affirmations. Similarly, I think people misuse praying to God because you don't just all of a sudden pray to God because you need something. Doesn't work that way. Well, guess what? Neither does affirmations. So I think this is another resource to put our mindset in a positive direction. And I feel like when it is that we have that critique by someone, and if we feel that it's negative, it's hard to think about resources and how to right that wrong in your mind. If not saying that right or wrong, but how to work with being critiqued and being okay with that in your mindset. And that's a tough thing to do. You know, once again, here are the words that we hear throughout Jay Shetty, and I'm surprised he didn't bring it along today on this, but may you be well, may you be happy, and may you be loved. And that is, uh, similar to may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, may you be wise. And those are things that we've seen, heard, and talked about over the course of a couple, 2, 3 years. But it's interesting, and I like it. I like the way that affirmation can get you into a positive mindset, and that's what we're trying to create.
So true. And I love that you brought up how we used to do affirmations on this call. And those affirmations might not have been great for everybody, right? Because some of them, because it was a group type thing, I went around and asked everybody
That's right.
what they were bad at or not great at, and then we wrote an affirmation on it, right? So
That's right.
some of it was probably geared to individuals, but as a whole group, it's harder to narrow down affirmations, right? That's why, because they have to be true and authentic to who we are as people.
So we're always hunting for inspiration. I feel like I think that's part of human nature, and affirmations kind to or tend to fulfill that need or niche or whatever. I'm not sure what you want to call it there, but again, I'm not licensed, so I don't know.
Yeah, so good. Earl, Mike?
Um,
I think
my
there's
go-to.
one thing we say often in our business that it's kind of an affirmation in disguise. How times have we heard the phrase, the numbers owe us?
Oh, right. Yes. Good statement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Meaning our turn.
it's our turn. We've done the work. Then where's the results, right?
Yeah.
Do they always owe us?
Depends on if you're delusional about doing the work.
We
True.
we have an associate that we know that believes that is true when she goes gambling. And no, it's not Christine.
No, it's not me.
I,
I'm not a big gambler.
I know who the gambler is.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, so right there, it was the action, right? So it wasn't just the affirmation, the numbers owe us, but we have to take action in order to make the affirmation come to fruition, right?
Do you ever really deserve something, or is it better that you earn something?
You earn it every
It's
time.
more appreciated if you earn it.
All right, or what you got?
But I was going to say something that Jay alluded to a little bit earlier. As far as affirmations, and I think it's good to have affirmations because it kind of lays out the path that you need to be on, to at least attempt to try to see if it's something. I mean, if it calls to your heart, and your mind and your heart saying, "We need to do this. This is what we need to do." And put up affirmations, and it's okay to put prayer in there. Prayer is only guidance. I mean, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. But putting those affirmations and putting your energy toward it, I think is something that will be important. So if this is something that you're achieving your goal to go after it, I think having affirmations and how you put those affirmations out there, I think is important. If you get constructive criticism, as a matter of fact, I heard a song yesterday. I was on the road and I heard the song on the radio, and it kind of resonated with me a little bit. Some of you may remember this song. It's from Christina Aguilera. It's called "Stronger." That song kind of hits. Reminds me you have to be strong every day. What you do, you have to be strong and learn to accept the constructive criticism and use that as a learning tool. Because if you make a mistake on that path with pre-affirmations, it gives you that moment to correct what it is that needs to be done. And
Earl, did you roll down your windows and blare that out the windows when you were listening to that song?
no, I did not. I should have, but I didn't.
Just saying.
Just saying. I thought Christine was smiling at you when you said song because I saw that ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. I saw it in her head. Her movement was going.
Absolutely.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, then I had my windows down. I let my neighbors hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to blast your music? I'm gonna
As
blast
you
my
should.
music.
As you should.
That's right, exactly. You pull up to the gas station, you'd be amazed how many people are blasting music. What? I didn't hear you. Can you turn it down?
Oh, that's awesome.
But in our business, I think affirmations is key. I don't want to say it's critical, but I think it's a key component to what you need to do because said those affirmations can give you that guidance, that self-guidance, that self-talk saying, all right, this is what I need to do. And if somebody gives me constructive criticism, just take it as, okay, was that correct or not? It can go both ways. So when you're on that path, watch out for the guardrails. You gotta make sure you stay on that path. So if you know that it's meant for you to be that way, just stay on that path.
It
I think it's
almost goes back to
interesting.
go ahead, Mike.
I think it's interesting you bring church into it because, we kind of grew up with affirmations, but our parents didn't. It may have been the only positive feedback they got during the week was at church.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, good
So,
point.
who could tell me where this is from? I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
You
Dale
know what
Carnegie? Dale
Huh?
Carnegie?
It's from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Steve Martin.
Oh,
No, Al Franken,
Alfred.
Stuart Smalley. Yeah, he would stay. It was
Yeah.
affirmations with Stuart Smalley. He would stand in front of a mirror and talk to himself.
Yeah.
First time I ever heard of affirmations, positive affirmations.
Well,
Saturday Night Live.
I think, affirmations come in the form of religion too, because how many sitting on this platform know Psalms 23? Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I mean, we've repeated that over and over since we were little kids through adults. Easter is notorious to bring that particular verse up. So it's one of those things that I think there's a little bit of a marriage, and the marriage that I was bringing is you can't have unrealistic affirmations. You can't pray for something to manifest. You can't have affirmations for something. Well, I guess you can have affirmations for something to manifest, but it has to be true to who you are. It can't be, I hope I can win $1 million. I hope I win $1 million. I hope I win $1 million. It's an illusion.
For
Jay,
sure.
you just hit on something that I think everybody watching this podcast I think it hits them like a brick wall because we have to set realistic affirmations. And you're right, they have to be realistic. Like if you're achieving a goal, if you're in the business world and you want to make so many sales in a week, but you're also coaching yourself on something that might be a little different to kind of advance your career, those are realistic. Those are stepping stones to get where you want. If you want to make a little bit extra money, have that part-time income to do what it is to fulfill your goal, that those are realistic affirmations. Okay, but like you said, hitting a Powerball, that's not a realistic affirmation. It's not. And you want $1 million? I'm sorry, but it's not a realistic affirmation. A
To take
realistic
action.
a realistic affirmation is something that is achievable. You can see. Now you got to take the steps of what it takes to get there. Realistic steps. I mean, is it going to be hard work? Of course, it's going to be hard work. Anything in life is never easy, but if you take the steps, and you got to have to keep that positive mindset to get there. Don't let anybody's negativity try to wipe that water off your turtle shell, saying I can't do this, when realistically you can. That is important in a mindset, because it doesn't take much for somebody to rip that mindset off you and say, "Oh, you piece of crap, you can't do crap in your life," especially if it comes from like a family member or somebody who's been under your skin for the past 10 years, and say, "No, no, 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 I can do this, and I will do it." All right. Because if you got a passion for something, whether it be nursing, whether it be engineering, whatever it is you're called to be, all right, know that you can get there if you have the mindset and the willpower to get to the finish line. So you say, I did accomplish this. All right. So that's my spiel.
You're right, because there's nothing like something to get your blood boiling that a good friend or family member in good intentions tells you, why don't you go get a job?
And that is the number one reason now I don't attend family functions. I just don't. Because I know that if they ask me, hey, what have you been doing these days? What have you been doing? And I'm just going to be flat and say, I'm an independent business. Oh, no, no, you're no good at that. And I'm not going to say anything on this podcast because I want to keep it clean. So I just, you got to keep your lane open. And if your family members still call you, say, how come you haven't been attending our family functions? Well, think about what you're saying. All right. And that is your open door. And some people on this podcast are saying, is that really necessary? Well, it may be necessary for others, but not necessary for others. So you gotta know your path.
So it's interesting because there's a flip to this, and the flip is, I think it really depends on how you're critiqued. Are you asking to be critiqued, or is someone just critiquing you? Now, in both instances, you receive them different ways. If someone's just critiquing you, the negative connotation hits you before a statement ever comes out of the mouth. Okay. That wall is up, and who is this person telling me that? Listen, Christine and I worked in an industry at one time that, man alive, you got critiqued just about every hour, if not every 2 hours. Not I don't want to sit there and say all cultures are like that. And I don't want to say that our previous line of work is like that, because I don't want to, but it's pretty steep. Sales is 100% like that, whether it's a great culture or not, because some people see as, well, let me help you with the way you're thinking a little bit, or your process a little bit, but that's not how it comes out of the mouth. What comes out of the mouth is, you need to change what you're doing because it's not working. So let's talk about that. So all of a sudden you feel small, and you're trying to figure out how to overcome that because someone just made you feel small. It's hard to think of resources. How can I get over this? And it's like any emotion that we have at any time. It's hard to overcome during that particular time because we get caught up in what the event brings in front of us. And we don't sit there and say, in our Rolodex mind that we have, wait a second, I've got resources to overcome this.
Yeah, see, Jay, you brought on something very interesting there, because for me personally, now if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, Earl, that's a unique business. That's something that's unique. Can I just give you a piece of advice on something, if you don't mind?" Then I will. The mind changes. Says, "Okay, let me hear what you got to say and see if it works." But on the flip side, if somebody comes at you and says, "You know what? You should be doing it," if they come at you like a sword and a dagger, That's the part where you got to be stronger and say, no, I don't accept what you're saying. And then that's when the defense mechanism pops in and gets you upset, or that you take it in another way and say, you know what, I disagree with what you're saying. Move on, because we have to learn to take that. There's two roads to that,
For sure,
and huh?
sure there is. There's always different roads, angles to view it.
Mhm.
Right. So, like I said, depending on who we listen to, if it's somebody that we know that we're truly connected with that's talking to us, and they can see something that we don't, and they just ask, and that happened to me in church yesterday, after services. Because I'm starting to do a little social media marketing for my business. And my good friend Lance, who was also into cars, I mean, he was a car sales rep before he fired himself, literally. Um, he told me, he said, "Hey, Earl, can I offer you some advice on something?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." He goes, "I saw this and that." I said, he goes, "We could FaceTime each other. I want to show you something that might work for you," because he's in the real estate business with his wife, and they do very well. But that little piece of advice, it's how you approach it, and that's the thing. A polite person, and for those of you watching, a polite person is, if you approach it the right way, and you don't have to, you know, fluff it up anyway. I mean, you can straight shoot it, but do it in a way where you two can connect, and that way you won't be so angry expressing the feelings that are totally unnecessary.
Let, let me throw this question out.
Yep.
A lot of times, when we're self-critiquing, because
Hmm.
that's a big part of who we are. It's just the way we roll. It's
Hmm.
in human nature. When we're self-critiquing, what's the measuring stick for us? What society believes or what we believe?
It's definitely society.
Well, it's
Definitely.
definitely society, because society is the one that we're hoping that will come to our attention, whatever it
We're
is.
trying to please society.
Right, a business. I mean, that's the way society is.
Are you stronger than that, though? Can you overcome that?
That's a learning curve right
Absolutely.
there. I think we have to learn to be stronger, because sometimes we fall on our own face without realizing it.
To me, you still have to stay true to yourself somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it can be a dancing line because of the way society view things. And what's so sad right now, I don't even think society knows how they view things at the moment because we have so much going on that everybody's throwing, I mean, just off the chart angles at us. And it's like, what, really? People, this goes through their brain? Evidently it does, because send, it's out there, baby. I mean, it's that easy.
And
And
Jay,
you know
if you're
what?
around people,
You know
I'm sorry.
what? When you're doing this, it hits send, there's no repercussion. Why? Because you're in the privacy of wherever you are.
And Jay, sometimes we're around people that are going to be a negative nanny no matter what circumstances, and they're going to throw that bombshell on you no matter what. You just got to learn how to react to it and say, you know what, that's your opinion. You know, that's fine. Get over it.
I
I'd say
think,
there are repercussions that they never know because I can unfollow you real quick.
but
If
they don't know that.
Oh,
yeah,
they know.
But
We'll
you're
know.
right. And that's Mike, those are the things that you have to do to strengthen your own self by doing things like that.
right.
You know, and this is why
And,
affirmations are so important. You
and
know,
same thing you were talking about criticism. The person who's criticizing you, if you don't one respect them and they haven't earned the right to criticize you, shut that up.
Well, oh, you said, okay. I see. I was gonna say a couple other things, Mike, but I kept it clean. But I mean, there are certain people that
Uh,
just won't shut up.
Explicative implied, right?
Yes, exactly. Right. Okay.
I you know, I have a hard time verbalizing, so uh it might shock you. At one time, someone was critiquing me, and this has been many years ago. And I looked at him and I said, "Kiss my ass." Turned around, and walked off. Uh,
No,
that's not
not
me.
you.
That's not me. But I tell you what, when I walked away, man, I felt like $1 million. And it goes back to what was just said. You have to. Do you respect the person that's throwing it out there? And when you don't, I don't acknowledge it. And I'm very unapologetic about that. It's like everything. We have to earn the right for these things. And I think affirmations build that in us. Christine, I applaud you on it. I mean, I think you do a well of a job with it. Your kids are as fortunate to being able to have affirmations and, maybe not at their age, maybe so. They're inspired by it for some reason. Because there's going to come a time in their life that something takes place. And those affirmations are like a Rolodex. They're just going to come right to the front. And it's at that point that they recognize, man, we thought mom was kind of crazy, but really, it's kind of cool. She was doing the right things for us.
Definitely probably thought I was crazy for sure.
Well, hey,
I mean, the whole month of February, we cover their doors in hearts and put an affirmation on each one. Yeah, every morning.
see, I, I think it's awesome. Guys, I think it's easy to see we're not licensed therapists. We have some unorthodox practices going on here, but that's just perfect. That's who we are. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes the four of us blend with each other. We enjoy the time and the camaraderie and the personal growth and self-development that we go through. We listen to the app Calm. In that app, we listen to Jay Shetty. Please come and join us and help explore these things. They're a lot of fun to explore. We can go down a rabbit hole in a split second, and most of the time we do.
And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And we surely hope you come back and join us for more. Have a great day, everyone.
Peace.
Yes.